knowledge show points. So if you ever make it up the like watch the teacher, it's a good just get I need to make another record. Also, first off at the band, so do it. It's very easy to get to right off the highway. It's an all-ages show. Everyone's welcome. So, personally, it's actually the most practice I get.
Make some noise for the Untitled Open Mic at Dragonfly Cafe! Make more noise!
We had a secret prerogative. We're trying to beat the record for latest start time.
Oh, wow.
In anticipation for daylight savings and all that.
That's exactly. Time is a funny thing. Hello, I'm one of the co-hosts. My name is Ricky. He, him.
Hi, Ricky.
Hello, my name is Nikolai. She, her, they, them. I am also one of your co-hosts.
Hi, Nikolai.
Wow, we've been doing this open mic for over 18 years. That's wild. I think the person who started this open mic is in the building. Let's make some noise for Fibo in the house. Sorry, that gave away your age, buddy. I always think that's funny because I am 17. I wasn't
baptized at Untitled.
Yep. What do you think why do you think this drink's so good? The water is good. Okay. But I don't know. I don't go. Anyway, so we created and have been touring this month, twice a month reading across Lowell, and we just want to have a place for people to get together, to tell their stories, to share their art, and build relationships with each other. You know, it's like meeting a lot of wonderful folks who happen to also love storytelling and poetry. So if you're one of those people, can I get a yeah?
Yeah.
All right, this is cute. This is like the most folks we have in this this semicircle. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's kind of crazy. But yeah, I want to do another big shout out to our lovely venue, Dragonfly Cafe. Make some noise for the homies.
Avocado toast.
Those are my favorite kind of toes. Toast? You said toes?
Toast.
Toast. All right. Ooh. Oopsies. All right.
I'm fruity, but not like that.
Yeah, avocados are fruits. There's a seed in there, right?
Yeah.
Exactly. Maybe there's a poem. Maybe there's a poem in there.
Oh.
But thank y'all for coming through. We do this every first and third Wednesday of the month. This being the first Wednesday, we have our main event after the open mic, which is a poetry slam. Ooh. If you're unfamiliar with poetry slam, it's a competition. There's prizes. There's glory. There's blood, sweat, and tears. I also just described my favorite dish at Dragonfly Cafe. Okay. I don't know. I'm riffing. But on the third Wednesday, we have a guest poet, a traveling artist, maybe a hometown homie come through and be our feature. So that kind of describes a little bit about the open mic. But yeah, we're really excited. This venue tonight. It's our lovely, cozy home, and we want to keep it cozy and loving and supportive and like a container for some beautiful energies and stories. All right.
It's already looking pretty cozy. So
it is. Thank you all for making this happen. We can do this by ourselves all the time, but it would just be Nikolai and I, and I think Nikolai will get you probably an audience of me. Probably. It's funner.
Dude, an audience of me, I do just fine. Speak for yourself.
Anyway, that's why we have more folks here. So thank y'all for showing up. All right.
Said I don't have to torture Ricky with telling him the same story over and over and over again about how my family complained their way up a mountain.
It's a good story.
That's a story for a Tuesday.
It's Tuesday. That's right. But if this is your first time at this open mic, welcome. If you're back, if you're one of the homies here, thank you for so much for coming through. In this home, we want to create a space, cultivate a culture of where we can continue to uplift and tell the stories. Um, it could be a place for dialogue, but there's a lot of problematic energies out there. We don't want y'all to bring any sort of hate speech and energies towards our peers and our neighbors. All right, we don't vibe with the racism, sexism, homophobia. The list goes on. All right, we're all about here cultivating a community, a home where we can uplift each other. If you have any of those ill intentions, nah, bring that shit outside. Don't even carry that shit with you. It's heavy. Don't do that. But this place doesn't mean you have to be nice.
Don't be nice.
Be
necessary.
You come up here, be authentic, express yourself, come with that come with that realness. You can fuck shit up.
But no fucked up shit.
Exactly. All right. Shout out to the homies. You already know what's going on. All right. So yeah, if you want to be helping us uplift and keep the space in such way and help with this accountability, can I get a yeah?
Yeah.
Thank you so much. We appreciate that tremendously. All right. If you feel like at any time, you want to talk to an organizer for support, feel free to reach out to us and we'll direct you and support you in the ways that we are able to at that moment, okay? Also to say, we want y'all to be mindful of consent is important. People's personal and emotional, physical boundaries are important. Just be mindful of that, all right? And be respectful for folks. Cool? Love
Continuing on with respect for yourselves and each other, Ricky and I make it look really easy to get up here and yap and do whatever it is we do up here. But it's nerve-wracking for some people. So out of respect for both the performers and the people around you, if there is like any like chit-chat on the sidelines, we encourage dialogue. That's totally cool. Just keep volumes to a minimum because some people might have better or worse hearing. So out of respect for your neighbors and the respect for the people who are up here, yeah.
Thank you so much, Nikolai. If you're sharing on an open mic and you feel like any of your work might be exploring or talking about strong content, we invite y'all to give the folks in the venue a heads up. Hey, I might be sharing a story or a poem about X, Y, and Z. Guests, homies, do what you got to do to take care of yourself. Move in and out of the space as you feel appropriate.
Speaking of in and out of the space, there's a door there. Restrooms. There are locked gender restrooms on this floor. There's a key by the registers. And if you go down the stairs or down the elevator and you take a left, unlocked gendered restrooms, there are more stalls and the lighting's better for mirror selfies. So
I love mirror selfies.
Me too. That's why I know.
Amazing. But boom, with that being said, there's ways that you can let us know that you're connecting, enjoying what you're hearing and experiencing. So we'll practice a couple of that right now.
Yeah.
Maybe Nikolai just drop a fire line. You want to do some snaps real quick? Do some snaps? Yeah, you don't know how it still looks cool. I'm not snapping, but it looks good. If you feel like the homies just like perform their heart out, you really want to express gratitude, you can clap for the homie. Can we practice clapping? Maybe you're like, wow, I am with you right now. I needed to hear that, or that definitely hit something inside me. You want to maybe express something with like a yeah? Can I get a Can I get a wow? So those are ways for you to engage. And we want you to have fun. This is not you don't have to be quiet. There's another ways to show that I'm listening, I appreciate you, and I'm rocking with you. All right? Beautiful.
If you are sharing something on this mic that you just wrote today or last week or whatever, you have something we call new shit.
New shit.
If you dug out a poem from, like a box underneath a bed in your grandma's house that has an even smaller box in it with a notebook that used to be your past lives. I was going to say your grandfather. That's kind of not really yours.
Yeah.
You have something called old shit.
Old shit.
So you say shit, and the thing will say shit, and the thing with you. We got in between shit too. So
In between shit.
yeah, exactly.
Beautiful.
Exactly.
If it's your first time also performing on this open mic, Nikolai will be really excited to celebrate you. We will all celebrate you, but we have a gift for you if it's your first time.
If it's your second time on this open mic, also, that's, I think, even more important. Also, let us know, because, yeah, you'll see.
Okay. All right.
I hope.
That's amazing. This event
That is a threat.
This event is also, we like to video record and take photos throughout the evening because we like to remember things, If you don't rock with that, please let us know before you get on the mic. Also, guests, please get the consent of your homie if you're trying to capture something from the homies. But with that, I invite you to post on your Instagram stories, Instagram, Word Low Poetry Wheel on IG. And we'll talk a little bit more about where you can get some more information about us and all of that. Cool. I think that covers it, huh? Yeah?
Yeah.
We'll do some big thank yous afterwards. But I think, we're going to let y'all know on this open mic, we don't go in any particular order. You have 3 to 5 minutes at most. Probably 5 minutes tonight. And we'll let y'all know who's on deck and then who's up next so you can prepare. Nikolai, do you know who's on deck for us tonight?
On deck, we have Phoebo. Phoebo, you are on deck.
Ooh, spicy. I'm really excited to let this first person touch the stage, break the ice. They might want to let you know how to use the microphones if you need to use the microphones. But with that being said, it is going to be your lovely host for the evenings. Make some noise for Nikolai!
Yahoo! Yeah, so speaking of microphones, I'm this height. Some people are taller or shorter. The mic can also do that. If you need help, ask. Thank you. All right, so up next. All right, I have some old shit.
Old shit.
This is some deployment shit.
Deployment shit.
Yeah, I wrote this when I was stranded. Not stranded, I was like sent there and got paid to be there. When I was in a desert. Saving the country. No, I wasn't. I was answering emails. This one doesn't have a title. So yeah, let's go. Untitled shit. It's becoming autumn back home. I listen to my fall playlist to get in the mood for the ambiance that will surround me upon my return. Yet again, I'm faced with musically induced floods of emotion. Cry wolf songs that take me back to high school, memories of falling in love with and finding comfort in music while my world spiraled out of control. I've changed over the years, but the music hasn't. It's still as beautiful and powerful as ever, if not more powerful as time goes by. I suppose in that way the music has changed. How lovely it is to exist, to lay and listen, to realize that we've both changed into something better than we were before. How lovely it is to realize that the songs that saw me at my worst, the music that was my constant, the combination of sounds that quite literally, factually saved my life, are still here to see me as I am now. Better, happy, alive. It's becoming autumn back home. As nature begins to die, I will feel more alive than ever. I will feel the freedom that's been lost to me for the past 8 months. I will feel the cold air around me, but still it won't be as chilling as the notes in my ears that have haunted me in the best of ways for year after developing year. It's becoming autumn back home. It's still summer in Kuwait. It's winter in my bones. It's a blooming spring within the fragile confines of my soul. All right, give it up for me. I'm kidding. Yeah. Alrighty, on deck we have Peter. Peter, there it is. Peter, you are on deck. Up next. It's okay, I can wait. Up next, this homie needs no introduction. He's been so important to. Can you leave me alone? Phoebo.
What up? Hello, everyone. Good to see y'all. Thank you so much for being here. We in the building. I really don't like being the person that performs and then leaves. But today I will be that character. I thought I was gonna get here I thought I was gonna get here later, and I was excited to like show up and do the thing. But I got here early, and I was like, oh, if I'm here early, I can also drive home early, which takes me about an hour and a half. And so I just am tired. So shout out to everyone that's tired right now. Everyone's like, yes, we are. Also, shout out to the announcement that Bad Bunny will be the Super Bowl performer. If you don't know, just put it on and cry, even if you don't know what he's saying, because you feel it. And so this poem is as much for him as it is for the people that I wrote it about. Here we go.
Yeah.
El Gran Combo's horns, responding to Bad Bunny's Nueva York, makes Luna respond with Papi, and the dance has already started. And there is no car ride too short for us to shimmy our shoulders, for us to sing along, for us to imprint in our bones this legacy sampled through a song released way before this exhale of joy. Luna doesn't know this yet, but as she sings this song, she is exalting her abuelo, who would have lost his mind at the collaboration of El Gran Combo and Bad Bunny, of this salsa and reggaeton, of his grandchild singing the chorus he sang to his child. When my pops was losing his mind, the thing he held on to the longest were the lyrics of his childhood. Songs that freed him from his shyness when they brought him to life on the dance floor, or when he sang them off key, or when he would take the words or when you would keep the melody but change the words to make the moment sing. My father's freedom came in the form of free-flowing limbs, a dash of rhythm, a ton of heart, which he led with, and you didn't have to dance with him in order to feel kissed by the wind of a spin. When I dance with Luna now, she just runs in circles around me. Hands attached, I step 2, 3 and dip. She's in front now, asking to slide between my legs. I missed her first steps, but I will teach her these. Since she was 2 minutes old, I've been holding her in my arms, making up songs and dancing in front of the mirror so she can see herself free. 2, 3, she's 4 now. Gliding across the living room with arms extended, pretending this rug is her stage, which it is, and that all eyes are on her, which they are, as if singing and dancing can keep her abuelo alive, which it does. So now, the three of us are making the living room live up to its name, adding some salsa to the sala, some sofrito to these stepitos, and with each song sung, a sliver of her abuelo's soul survives. I feel most alive when I remember he's gone. Like, damn, he would have loved this song. Like, damn, he would have sang along with the words all wrong. And you see, this is the cruel curse Alzheimer's has cast on us. How the playlist of Luna's memories of her abuela will consist of samples produced before she was alive. But they did meet in the 6 months before he died. My birthday, 2020, 2 weeks after she was born, my pops, bedridden, his speech and movement limited, and then Luna cried. And my pops extended his hand and said, "Sss," as if to invite her to dance, as if to sing, "Si te quieres divertir, con encanto y con primor, solo tienes que vivir."
up for Phoebo. Keep clapping. Keep clapping. Stop clapping!
Sorry.
I'm just making sure you guys are paying attention.
With the glitter, I am paying attention.
Alrighty. On deck. Clap. I love you. What was like the last thing I actually said on the mic before I yelled at you guys? On deck, thank you. On deck, we have Mackenzie. Mackenzie, you are on deck. But up next, we have Peter. Clap for Peter. Don't stop clapping until he tells you
Hello. Oh, just a gentle reminder. My phone actually went off during that, so I had to silence it real quick, just in respect of the performance. Thank you. Hi, everyone. I was taking a ride with my mom to take her to the mall to return some stuff, and she happened to look at her Macy's card and happened to remind me that my ex-girlfriend actually helped her apply for that card. And so this poem is about her. It's from 2023 shit. It starts off with a quote from Theodore Roosevelt. Comparison is the thief of joy. I used to be jealous of the past, how it met you first, how you felt about it, how you saw everything in it. Envy, a silent joke a masochist keeps telling himself. Counter competition with ghosts. Fading inside their proud moments. I screamed, hoping they'd hear me on the other side. You wanted him. When I first became ethically non-monogamous in an open relationship, I was treading and balancing lines of logic and feelings. I like the idea, but like the idea of change, it's easier to appreciate than to practice. This is my catharsis. All to do is trust and respect with open and honest communication. From the longest night where I'm wondering what you're doing without me, to realizing it's what you wanted to do without me. So I'd have to trust and respect your autonomy within your boundaries. Rules, however, are meant to teach children and keep order in prisons. After all, polygamy isn't for everybody, but neither is monogamy. Life is for living for new experiences. So who we told each other back from anything? Comparing ourselves to others is a miserable game for anyone spectating. Anyone I see outside has nothing to do with you, and vice versa. There's always going to be someone more handsome, more prettier, more money, more fit, bigger this, bigger that, etc., etc. But I'm your person at the end of the day and won't leave for an experience, and vice versa. It's involved and intentional, so we don't get to treat anybody else any less. It's supposed to be a safe and fun experience with someone else who respects our relationship. Jealousy is a violent cyclone starting with sadness and anger, ending in abandonment and inadequacy, but ultimately born from fear. For me, I can't enjoy the view from this mountaintop if I'm scared of heights. Oh, thank you.
Give it up for the homie, Peter. Hell yeah. On deck. Clap. Yeah. Yeah. I'm all of a sudden like super sleepy, so don't mind me. No, it's not. Shush. On deck, we have Mage. Mage, you are on deck. Up next, we have Mackenzie. Clap to Mackenzie into the microphone.
Is this working? Thank you. Hello.
Hi.
So this is my second time here and on stage. Nikolai. So I've never really written a poem before. I wrote this today. It's new. Warning, this does have a bit of essay, like topic. It's called The Quiet Exhaustion. When I think about you, I'm unsure whether I should laugh or cry. I'm unsure whether to speak ill of you or try. Try to be something bigger, something stronger. Be the bigger person, they say. But I'm already the bigger person. I've always been. My empathy became your heavy chain. My patience just prolonged the rain. I'm tired of being quiet. I'm tired of my words being held down like you held me down. Now there is a silence where my voice should be. A hollow space inside of me. The weight is gone, but I don't float. I'm sinking in the lonely note of the days that bleed from gray to gray, where all my colors drained away. I want to scream, to shout, to shove all of these pains out. I want to cry and cry until my sobs run dry, to feel the fever break at last and leave the frozen shadow of the past. I will not trade my quiet for you. I'll find my own fear, my resilient joys. I'll learn to breathe in rooms without a lock and build my life up, tick by slow, strong clock.
Alrighty, Mackenzie, this was your second time on the Untitled Open Mic. Okay, yay, we get to do something fun. It's already been fun, but whatever. All right, okay, I'm getting warm now. I'm gonna count to 3, and all together very loudly, we're all gonna say, "They came back." Audience, can we do that? Oh, it was convincing enough. There's not as many of you. 1, 2, 3. They came back. Hell yeah. All right. On deck, we have the mid-roll announcements. And then after the mid-roll announcements is Hazel. So Hazel, you'll be after the announcements, okay? Yay. Up next, we have the homie Mage. Clap till Mage gets to the microphone.
Hello, I'm Mage. This is my first time here. Thank you. I have 3 things to read to you guys. My intention was to not be reading off my phone, but I received 2 copies of the same piece instead of the 3 pieces, so we're gonna do
You're
both.
real for that.
All right. This first one is old shit,
Oh shit!
and it's untitled.
Untitled shit.
I'm not in the mood to write poetry. Such a basic thing, a human drinking water, so reassuring. Asleep by midnight and I'm up before 7 like clockwork. I've been sick all weekend and I woke up feeling human. A background satisfaction, but no need to stretch it into inspiration. Let it breathe. Some people don't drink water in the morning, and the artist eats himself alive, chasing his periods, innately temporary, like a junkie in search of permanence. Thank you. This next poem is New Shit. I'm an addict in recovery, and a woman who I met through Alcoholics Anonymous, I was talking to her about the man that I write love poems for, and she was like, "Oh, but Mage, I want you to write poems for you." And I was like, And so that's what this is, and it's called My Neurotic Beauty. Thank you. Last week, a Calliope of sorts told me in earnest that she wants me to be my own muse. Self-portraiture surely exists in me. I merely need to light that fuse. For all the light I see in others is sensed by that same light in me. Now sometimes, as this femme sees herself, she's filled over the brim with glee. I love her for the way she smiles when she is truly happy, and the depth of her sadness, bittersweet, like Cobain's first draft of Sappy. This neurotic beauty, me, who mama birthed, who da raised right, has earned her worth, already deserves it. Star baby, you light up my night. Not everyone allows themselves to feel their feelings in this world, but Saoirse takes that cake always, and that's the reason she's my girl. She's played too much hide and seek with me, and for this I can hardly blame her. She just wants to be found, that's why she hides, and hopes she'll be a sham evader. And yet when she emerges, her heart's stitched on her sleeve. I still need to strike my balance and forget what random folks perceive. Today's a sunny Monday. Today I'm 9 months clean. Today I woke up, no alarm. I'm gonna shine and always glean. Thank you so much. This last piece is an excerpt from the novel that I'm working on. I didn't want to read like too long of an excerpt, so I have like about a page and a half for you guys. Hope that works for everybody. This protagonist is half ghoul and half human, so that's a little context for you about this character. A pan sat in the kitchen sink, with traces of oil smeared across its surface. The half-ghoul opened the refrigerator, which stood across from the sink, and retrieved a carton. It read, "McGrady's Blend, Detritivore Formula, 100% Premium," on the front. The side of the carton boasted, "Packed with your daily value of carbon, nitrogen, and phosphorus." Bruno whined faintly. Alice turned to see the dog sitting attentively, his eyes forlorn. They set the carton of detritivore formula on the counter by the sink, then shuffled to the left side of the fridge and fetched a bag of dog food from a cupboard. Bruno wagged his tail as Alice rattled the kibble into his metallic dog bowl. Alice's thick black hair fell in front of their eyes as they leaned over. "Sorry, buddy, here's breakfast," the half-ghoul said, petting Bruno's head as the pit bull sniffed his nose into the pile of food and began to scarf it down. "Morning, Florence," Al called quietly, turning back toward the carton on the counter. "You're up early, Al," a voice, soft and feminine, responded from the living and dining area beyond the kitchen. "Sleep okay?" Alice rarely slept okay. Last night, like so many nights these past months, they had dreamt about the shelter of the arcane, of being 9 years old and hungry, the smell of exhaust and sweat as they stood in front of the shelter, the feeling of their suitcase knocking against the bruise on their shin as they lightly swung it back and forth. Too young, still, to imagine that mother would not return for them, ever. But in the dream, for whatever reason, the center was not as it had truly been on that day, or any other. When the young dream version of Alice walked through the wooden double doors into the lobby, it was a vast space. The same old woman who had always worked at reception during Al's time at the center sat at the dark brown desk. Dusty file cabinets sat behind her, as they should have. The same fish tank stood across from the desk, next to a waiting bench. But instead of the room ending 8 feet or so to the right, with a metal door that led to the shelter's facilities standing between the desk and the wall, there was a giant floor-to-ceiling window. This stretched across the space and beyond where it should have ended. It overlooked what Alice assumed to be a courtyard. A beautiful garden with sunflowers and Queen Anne's lace growing around a substantial birch tree, which had many thick branches. Maiden grass lined the edges of the courtyard and vines of ivy swallowed the far wall. Just as Alice reached the glass door and began to push the horizontal bar to open it, a heavy hand fell on the child's shoulder. It was a man in a black suit and tie, his neck thick and bulging. "I don't think so," says the man, who proceeds to drag Alice by the wrist out of the waiting room and down a maze of windowless hallways.
Give it up for our homie Mitch. And I do believe this was your first time on our open mic. Yay, more fun. Okay, so kind of sort of what we did the last time, we're kind of like going in like reverse order. So I'm going to count to 3 and we're going to say very loudly, "Please come back." Audience, can we do that? Yeah! 1, 2, 3. Come back! Hell yeah! Clap! All right. On deck after the mid-roll announcements, we have Hazel. But up next, we have the one and only. You might know him as Connor Burrell. I know him as Connor Burrell. With the mid-roll announcement, give it up for
Thank you. Hello, everyone. How are we doing tonight? Good. Yeah. So my name's Connor, he, him. We're going to go over some quick mid-roll announcements for you all. Then we're going to get back to the open mic. Then the working section, and then the slam. Yeah, well, see, we started 45 minutes late, so I got to zoom a little bit. All right. So, low poetry wheel. That is us. We are a very wobbly wheel because we only have 3 spokes, but there are 3 very important spokes. So we have the Untitled open mic, which we are at right here, right now, happening every first and third Wednesday of the month. Then we have Mill City Speaks, which is our slam team. Which there's some qualifiers tonight.
There's a way you can be on that.
There is. You can talk to one of our hosts if you're still interested. There should be some spots. And we have Freeverse, which is our youth poetry program.
Hell yeah.
Yes.
That's so fucking important.
All right. Yeah. Love the youth. And love the wheel, too. We love wheels. We're big supporter of wheels around here, in case you can't tell.
Slam Free supports you in wheel solidarity.
So, one of the great things about us is that we do not charge any cover fees when you come into any of our events. We operate solely on donations and used to grants, but yeah, figuring it out. Roll it along as we go. So what that means is we are broke as hell. Yes. So something that the late, great Douglas Bishop did at every open mic was he would take off his hat and ask if anyone had any extra change or money. Put some money in the hat. If you don't have any money, that's okay. Just put good vibes into that hat. Obviously, if you have extra money, please tip and give the money to the amazing staff at Dragonfly Cafe. But if you do have any extra spare change or good vibes, I know Ricky generously is donating his hat to be passed around. And if you only have electronic currency, you can Venmo Ricky. I volunteered that. Yeah, we're going to figure it out. All right. So we have some really exciting upcoming events. And there's a big one later this month. On October 15th, we're going to have a Halloween party at this open mic. So not only not only will there be a costume contest, but there will be a Dead Poets Slam.
So what you're saying is
Now make sure you sign up for that Dead Poets Slam ahead of time. Contact any of our hosts, mainly Ricky. Yeah, contact us somehow. Yeah,
You know
yeah,
what's
I
correct?
guess.
Consult the tarot. You never know.
Consult the tarot.
Just think about the moon. I'll get it.
We're poets. We always think.
If you want to communicate with Nikolai, you think about the moon.
Yeah. We're tight like that.
Also, don't forget to visit our little community library up front by the entrance. That has our email sign-up list as well, lowpoetry@gmail.com. Don't forget to give us a follow, Low Poetry Wheel, on Instagram, and visit our website, lowpoetrywheel.com. Lowpoetry.com, yeah. Close enough, yeah. Kitchen is closed now. Last call. 5 minutes last call. If you want food, go now.
Don't be a dick. Like, make them, like.
Hey, if they wanted avocado toast, they should have gotten it by now. All right, I think that's everything. Let's get back to this open mic. Thank you, everyone.
Give it up for honor and love and Yeah.
What do we get on?
You have one job right now, please. All right. I'm back. Hi. I missed you guys. That's why I wouldn't shut up even when I was like creeping in the corner. On deck we have Juliana. Juliana, you are on deck. Up next we have the one, the only Hazel. Give it up for
Think we get on?
Thank you. You guys are too kind. Oh shoot.
We're fun cult.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah. All right. Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. Hi, my name is Hazel.
Hi, Hazel.
I use she/her pronouns, and let me think. That's close enough. All right. This is a song off of my album Ego, Death, and Nightmares, which is out on streaming, and you can find it anywhere you stream music.
Cool.
Wait. If I had a nickel, if I had a dime, for every time I fell in love, I'd be rich in time. 'Cause there's so much beauty, but all of it hurts. If love's not reciprocal, how can it work? And I've been rejected more so than not. The things that I say all reflect what I'm not. Like being put together, saying I've changed. But if you have to say it, you're likely the same. I love you more than you'd ever know. It's something I've said more than I have been told. And due to the lies I have faced, both my own and the ones I've got to taste, I'm left with the complex that says if you don't find romantic love, you're better off dead. And I know what's real from what's fake, and I don't know if I've ever felt that way. So will you take my hand, follow me down to the place where I take my heart to drown? Or will you lead me on? I don't know what's worse, telling the truth or trying to make it work. Thank you.
Give it up for Hazel. Yeah. All right. On deck, we have Chris. Chris, you are on deck. And up next, we have the homie, Juliana. Juliana, welcome to the stage.
Oh baby, baby, you know see me, I know that bad energy. Oh baby,
Hi everybody, my name is Julina. Hello. I have 2 poems. They're not that long. They're both new shit. The first one is called I'm Not a Gun, trigger warning. It's kind of gory or whatever. What if tables aren't enough? Do I take cover behind a bathroom stall? Pray I'm not too tall to hide in my teacher's cabinets, or is my history textbook big enough to save us all? When a hooded man barges in, am I still expected to count the bullets that ring through the halls while I hide? How many bodies hit the ground? How many screams for help have been shouted out? Am I supposed to learn how to spell by sounding out active shooter? Are we teaching 6th graders onomatopoeias using their own classmates screaming the sound of a bullet being fired as examples? How am I supposed to partake in art with a gaping bullet wound in my head? Do I take my brush to my bloody skull, paint a portrait, or do I bleed out on my canvas dead? When will kindergartners stop adding to statistics? When will high schoolers die and getting their education stop rewriting the textbook that teaches the next class? Jeez. How many more children have to pass away for you to open your eyes, for you to realize that the Second Amendment is not a God-given right? Had I been mugged by a person of color, would that make you concerned? Stutter out of terror while coming out publicly, calling that man a thug. But had he been a white boy, no older than me, coming to a school to recreate the most violent acts we hear about every month on TV, you'd argue that maybe he just needed a hug. A hug like you so do, how you cling to your right to bear arms because a world without is no fun. If being in school has taught me one thing, it's that my life is no more important than a gun. Thank you.
I'm so glad you have one more.
So, and then my second one, it doesn't have a name, but I just wrote it today in Poetry Club. My name sounds like too many things. A word easily mispronounced. I hate when it has to be announced because no one knows how it's said. My name is a sound that never comes out right when said out loud. It's a phrase that doesn't quite roll off your tongue. Instead, it just jumps out. Like a jack-in-the-box no one even knew they were turning. My name sounds like too many other names, too many names that are slightly spelled the same. I never take the Julianas, Julianas, or any other on-the-fly phonetic pronunciation to heart, but sometimes I can't help but let them get to my head, because if my name is that easily mispronounced, can I too be misread?
I have never felt so bad about not knowing how to pronounce someone's name. Everyone say bad host. Got down, boy. Okay, down. All right. How do I pronounce it properly?
Julina.
Julina. Okay, I'll remember that. Julina, was this your first time?
It was my first time.
Audience, do we know what to do?
Yes.
1, 2, 3, please come back! Yay! All right. On deck, we have Jamie. Jamie, you are on deck. Up next, we have the homie Chris. Clap till Chris gets to the microphone.
Hi everybody, my name is Chris Destine, right? I'm playing a little game with y'all, right? So I need y'all to repeat after me, right? I'm gonna say my fa. When I hear y'all, right? When I say my fa, I need y'all to say yeah, okay, after that. So my fa.
Yeah.
My fa.
Yeah.
My fa.
Yeah.
Thank you. One more time. My fa.
Yeah.
My fa.
Yeah.
My fa.
Yeah.
Thank you. It's a little I get hyped, okay? I'm a boxer, I do all this stuff. I came on the fly with Miss Co. Thank you, Miss Co. I wrote this. It's called Hype, right? It's not gonna lie, pretty bad in my opinion. I did it on the fly. I was like, ooh, Chris, your dad's not in your life. What do you do about it? Right, just right, Chris, just right.
Yeah.
That's what I did. Hype. During middle school, height was the biggest thing for me. Having the ability to be taller than others, to be at the trees, to be taller than them, having them below my knees was the best thing. Then suddenly high school came. I was, to them, a little guy. Short guy, pretty short, like 5'6". They were 6'1". The shortness killed me. Being this short at my age, looking 21, even though I'm 16, really killed a guy. Knowing that I'll never reach their heights eventually kind of kills me. Height. A thing given to you by your parents. Your father, mainly that. Your father, which is always in your life, you would think, oh, height, he's with you. No, he's not. His tall tales are though. His tall tales and his shortcomings are all the things I hear about him. Does he just hear the same? Does he hear my shortcomings and how I struggle with life? Does he hear my tall tales saying that, oh, you're someone to match? No. Height, something that you gain from both parents. A genetic code that's only built once. Height, something that's made to break you or make you. Yeah, I'm not gonna lie.
Awesome.
Give it up for the homie Chris. All right. Now, Chris, I understand this was your first time. All right. Now we got to be hype. We got to be hype for Chris. Okay, audience, can we do that?
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, please come back. Alrighty, on deck we have the working section, which is going to be so dutifully hosted by Kana.
Wow!
Yay! All right, up next, and our final homie on the Untitled Open Mic is the homie Jamie. Clap till Jamie gets to the microphone. He's already here.
Second time.
Yes!
About a year before my dad died, he couldn't catch his breath and yelled to my mother to take him to the hospital. I'm suffocating, he told her then, and I remember the look in his eyes afterward, fear at being close to dying. I thought of that today when I had this sudden fear myself at how little time there is left compared to what I have lived. It felt like standing on the ledge of a tall building and a sudden squeeze in my genitals at the closeness to no longer existing. A year ago, I would have told you, and maybe I still believe it now, that if I died today, I would be satisfied with all I'd done with my life. I've leaned in where I might have leaned back. I've walked into the dark caves because it contained something to learn about me. Yet lately, after my best friend died, the suddenness of it, it's like I turn a corner and I see a big train barreling down on me, only for an instant. And then I breathe and see it is only passing me by. What is this sudden fear of the end? I suppose if someone standing next to me gets shot in the head, I'd be a bit, as they say, gun shy. Is that it? PTSD from a dead friend? Or am I tapping into a nearing end? On other moments of other days, I am not afraid. I believe it is simply a walk through that door over there into a different room. My breath is not held. My vision is not clouded by the smoky cape of the other dwellers. I am one step on a long path that transitions through darkness. When they gave my dad a breath training device and the all clear, he looked at me with big eyes and said, I don't ever want to go through that again. That's what I feel about these sudden terror moments, that I wish to declare myself immune from their abrupt assault. Give me one of those breath trainers and an ability to look into the abyss and not flinch. And when it is time, to simply lean in and go. Thank you.
Trying to figure out, man, how you wake up and not be a
One, two, three, they came back! Alright, that has been the Untitled Open Mic. I have been your somewhat relatively present mentally host, Nikolai. You guys have been a delight. I'm going to ask Connor to, you don't really have a choice, it's kind of, Connor!
Hello. All right. We are going to zoom through this working section so we can get to the slam. Yes. All judges, if you have to poop or pee, now is the time. You will not have time later. All right. So. And slammers, also poop or pee. Do it now.
And what if we're neither?
And what?
You're not allowed to.
No.
Hold it.
No.
Hold it.
No, you can't make me.
You are spilling that basket.
I thought you said jazz pit.
The basket.
I thought you said jazz pit.
Oh.
A jazz pit?
Everyone give Nikolai a round of applause. All right. Just do a quick thanks to everyone who helped do setup tonight and for our tech setup. People working with our tech. Nathan and George, thank you very much. And we want to thank Angie, who does all of our social media, Instagram, community, weekly posts. And Rickov, who is not here with us, out of town, but you know.
He is on
Vacation. Yeah. We should all go on vacation. No. Yeah, we should all just leave. Yeah. All right. In the interest of time, I'm going to share a tiny poem, a little small, tiny shit. Something I've been. I'm in a poetry class. We're experimenting with different forms and stuff, and stuff I'm not used to. So, yeah. This one is called A Speck of Dust. The journey of a speck of dust is a path that is anything but straight, weaving and sliding from obstacle to obstacle, from place to place. When the wind decides to blow east, the dust follows. When the wind blows west, the dust also follows. We are all specks of dust on our own journeys. It's never straight. We always weave and flow. Sometimes people redirect our direction, sometimes for better or worse. And that's all part of the ride. I hope I see a speck of dust tomorrow, and I hope I can help it on its way. Thank you. And we have a cute little working section. So I'm going to call Z up to the stage. With that absolutely amazing hat.
I'll do this one. Hi, friends. I'm gonna go a little different. Hi. So I already asked Ricky if I could read this poem, and he's like, "Okay, cool. I'm gonna go through it as efficient as possible." Nice. But I wrote it about my home venue, Slam for Your Die, and it's after, which it's on Thursday night. So you totally show up. I have recently taken a step back from being one of the head organizers, and now I'm just kind of a person for the first time in 5 years, which is very weird. And so I wrote a poem about everyone in the room that I love. And of course, I couldn't fit everyone, but I tried as best I could to encapsulate what it's like on a weekly basis. And so this is a very transparent poem, very vulnerable to me. So it's new shit. And this is called Former Performer Future Sunsets after Christopher Klaus and Brett Mayenza. And content warning talks about chronic pain, mental illness. Please take care of yourself. If you know me well, you know how this starts. If you don't know me yet, I haven't picked out a damn thing to wear, and I'm running out of time to do it, and it's where the fuck is that shirt? And these two shades of black are different, and okay, fine, I'll combine them anyways, and it's drive, and fuck, I need gas, and well, I may as well get coffee if I'm getting gas, and oh, I have just enough rewards to get my shaken espresso, thank God. And then it's nearly 5:30, and exit 11 always has a stupid amount of traffic, and why the fuck did I stop for coffee? And I'm sure I wouldn't have remembered to get gas later. That's why I did it now. And it's because Passy was thinking of Future Z for once, and it's more driving and stop and go, and it's why the fuck are there so many cops? And it's fuck cops, and it's drive, and finally, it's Manchester. Previously described as Greasy Pearl, forever known as Fool's Gold because it still holds value even after it plays the trick on your eyes. And it's throwing on the eyeliner and hoping the pen isn't dead and streaking the glitter on my cheeks like Red taught me to do when we were shining and unafraid in the palms of this world. And it's grabbing the gear, which means it's time for the phantom feeling of wire stabbing my hand every time I grab the handle, and it's heart thudding and thudding and it's Emily, and oh thank God, it's Emily, and it's pineapple juice light ice on standby and Rebby Shirley Temple, and it's nice and cold in here, and I know precisely 2 other people who will enjoy that, and it's we need more pens, and it's another note in the mental itinerary, and it's getting to the show 30 minutes before the rest of staff so I can have a moment to breathe. So I can allow time for the world around me before I set up a world for us here again, because Future Z, you will not get a lot of that. And it's, oh shit, my leg. I thought physical therapy worked. I thought the gabapentin would kick in by now. I got ready on my heating pad in the car to let myself feel a warmth that I thought would make me feel better, but no, gotta put the belt shoes on, and it's heel click, click, click,
clipboard, and this is the clipboard I used to host. And cue in the laughter because Z hosting again surprises nobody. And it's Jeff and Liam waiting with eager eyes at the door. And then Dan Wilkinson is already in the room because he fucking hates lines. And I relate. I also hate being perceived while standing still. And it's the Morans. I predict they will win the raffle. I will also predict that they will hold the community tight to their hearts as they have for so long. And it's Sasha, and it's Hi Matthew, and it's poem, and poem, and poem. And it's the note from the psychiatrist telling me I have to slow down or else I will combust. And it's Faust coming up to me to hug me goodbye after they read their poem because fuck linear time, I guess. And in 2 weeks... 3 weeks. Actually, it's 1 week until flaring pain from my leg, but poem, and Marion avoiding the mic because she tells us the microphones have just never liked her. And it's 3 crows flying out of a jacket. Actually, wait, that's William James, and they are ready to make the crowd confused and complex and poem. And I love Angela so much, and we need judges, and Slam host Z will be sad if we don't get judges. Did I not say that Z hosts most things? Laugh with me now. And holy shit, Gwen's reading. What an absolute treat. And it's Portia going up and enjoying herself in community. And that's all I've ever wanted to see. And it's Luca just stabbing me in the gut with his work again. And from the wait list, it's Mackendy. And Mackendy brings with him amplified manifestations of magnificence. And it's the heart thudding again, but not in a way that I know of. It's off rhythm and onset by who the fuck knows and knew a first-time reader list, so now I absolutely know how this goes. And oh fuck, it's the staff section, and I still don't know what to read yet. And it's Sherry with her colors and her layers boasting and her ability to learn and her loyalty. And it's applause and more applause, and that's my favorite dog dad. Actually, it's Mike Linehan, but both are synonymous. And Mike holds his warmth like a picnic blanket and invites us to sit. And it evolves into a bonfire story where the rawness never left and the realness remains. And it's Christopher Klaus. And he once again decides to make our collective heart his game of Foursquare, and it absolutely decimates me. And it's Greg Smith heckling with the utmost glee from the back. Second rum runner making their laughter barrel from their chest. And then it's closing out the staff section. It's the doctors telling me that now I have to stop. My spine may need surgical correction if I don't stop now. They tell me I need to lessen commitments, to slow the spinning down, so my heart rate can maybe rest at 2 digits instead of 3. But how can you stop the sun from slowing its orbit without casting the beams away? Where will the growth come from besides a constant burning? Healing is something I've never known the contents to in full, but I've just started to relearn the cost, and it's me. It's now. I still haven't decided a poem, but maybe a poem is a life that has yet to unfold, and maybe this is it. Writing itself in real time, maybe it's refusing to doubt how much I've done here anymore, and maybe this is me having a moment about it, and maybe this is me having several collective moments on how I couldn't have done it without all of you. And whether it was yesterday or yesteryears since, this dying star is full of bursting energy from knowing all of you, and it's the heart fluttering again, and I would love to say it's from sentiment, but it's from pushing to the brink, orbiting around these brick walls. The imprint is not meant to be one that leaves me limping, so it's here, and it's now, and it's the step back from the mic, and it's heel click, click, click as the next time I hear my name, it will hopefully be filled with glee and will be spoken from my own throat as I step into the horizon and set for as long as it takes until the healing takes me by the hand like a child coming from the crowd and leads me towards the river where I always found myself landing. And it's Dan Ames asking me how the night went, sending another hug next to the Merrimack, as if we didn't used to spend nearly every week soaking up every bit of starlight we were able to find in this sludgy city sky. And for the first time in so long, I can start to say better, because I'm welcoming myself back home.
Give it up for Z, everybody. And now I'm going to welcome the final member of this working section, the amazing Ricky, and he is also going to lead us right into the slam. So give a round of applause for Ricky.
Wow. Thank y'all for being here, rocking with us on a Wednesday night. Give it up for Z. Shout out to Z one more time. Z is going to help us with the slam. Definitely be a person like Z. And check out Manchester's Slam for Your Die. They just celebrated 20 years. All right? 20 years. That's wild.
That's so many years. It's not that many.
All right, we're going to jump straight into the slam because we have a lovely folks. I'm here to talk to you about a slam. If you've never been to a slam before, this is a competition. All right, people are competing with poems. It's like sports with words and maybe feelings. Same thing. But it's to get y'all butts in seats and for us to enjoy and listen to poetry intently. We have 3 incredible, lovely homies who are competing in the slam. I want to read all their names and you can clap for these homies and just welcome them to our lovely main event. We got Evolucion, we have Mike Regan, and then we have Shelby Coe. Yes. That's actually the order of the slam, all right? So, folks, we're going to do 2 rounds. All right. These poets are going to be doing their own original works. They have no more than 3 minutes to perform their works because of time. Well, I don't know. Time's silly. But fuck linear time. But after that, they have no props, no costumes, no musical accompaniment. It's just them, the stage, this microphone, their poetry. All right. So we're really excited to see the work that they want to share and bring to us on the stage. But to make it a competition, we have to have judges. We need to have scores. So I'm going to read these lovely judges' names and you can clap for these lovely folks. We got the homie Connor, Jamie, Kostava, and Mackenzie. Mackenzie. Lovely. Beautiful. These lovely folks are just, I encourage them to help judge the slam. All right. Judges, as I mentioned, you're scoring these poems 0 to 10. 0 is the worst shit you will ever hear. That's the lowest score. Will someone get a 0 tonight? No, exactly. It takes work to show up and be on the stage and to do the story, the poems, all right? But on the opposite end, it's 10 is that high score you can give. Will you give someone a 10 tonight? I don't know. I hope. Maybe. But there's a lot of numbers in between. So judges, please use your numbers. 1 point after the decimal place. 1 number after the decimal place. So if you want to give a 7, that's a 7.0. You want to give it 8.5. You want to give someone a 9.9. Those are numbers, all right? And our lovely homie Z is going to do the math for us. Make sure we're staying on time. If people are going past the 3 minutes, 10-second grace period, there'll be point deductions, all right? Boo.
Don't make me say it.
We're not. Usually, you have 5 judges, 5 scores. We drop the high and the low. Tonight, we're just dropping the low because we're feeling good. We're just going to drop the low score. And that will give the highest possible score of a 30. Y'all don't need to know that. That's just so y'all can understand the math. But our lovely homie Z is going to help us with the math. All right? That's what's up. All right. With that being said, slammers, you are encouraged to do a content warning that won't be used against your time. But once you start engaging and interacting with the crowd, that's where the time starts. Judges, to give y'all some practice, I think we need to spill some blood. All right? Blood. We need a calibration poem. This is a poem where you can practice on, all right? This is where you kind of see and gauge how your judging style is. This person is not actually in the slam. It's like the easiest spot in the slam. They just do their poem. But it's for the judges. And we're going to welcome back to the stage. Just make some noise for Nikolai.
Deleted. This one goes out to my fans and not him. I made a playlist for him. Deleted. I saved TikToks that reminded me of him. Deleted. Yet again, I'm breaking the promise that I'd never write about him, but here I am because the memories, I can't delete them. I can't delete him. He can't be deleted. So here I sit depleted of the worth I gave myself for thinking I was better than what I thought I was, because I should have known better than to make a promise I knew I couldn't keep. The chasm that he bore within my heart was too deep for me to not fill it with thoughts and words and whatever else I so choose. Who's going to tell me that I shouldn't act, that I shouldn't write? It feels right. It feels correct. What else should I expect than to do what I've always done when faced with thoughts and feelings of love or spite than to write? I can't delete him and I won't delete this poem, despite the fact that sometimes I wish I had never known him. I know my worth and I know my words and I use them still as poets always do, because be warned once and once only, poets must be feared too, because when a poet's heart gets broken, they'll write for years of words unspoken until they speak them to those who they trust, spilling out their woes and lusts for justice and closure and a peaceful mind, a piece of a peace they hope they'll find somewhere in the green and blue, a peace I thought I had with the person who tore out my heart, ripped it into shreds, and made me think that I would dread getting close to anyone, even myself, and put my thoughts on a mental shelf. But I long to express this fucked up mess, this terrifyingly hopeless song of hopes and dreams, and which is now gone. But I've moved on. I've moved on. Let me lie to you and say that I've moved on. For context, I have this old shit.
Let's give it up for your sacrificial poet, Nikolai. Judges, this is going to be your practice scoring. This is the most time I will probably give you to score. You might want to use a maximum 5 points for writing and a maximum 5 points for performance. That gives you the maximum score of a 10, all right? When you have the score, just hold it up high until I read all 4 scores, just in case someone has the same score as you, all right? I'm going to read low to high. Audience, you need to respond just to let the judges know that they're doing their job right, all right? With that being said, we want to start off with an 8.5. Then we have an 8.7, then an 8.8, and an 8.9. Let's give it up for the poets. You should have slammed it the line. All right. Audience, also, as a host, I have to be completely unbiased, and I'm not giving off a lot of energy to the slammer. So if you hear something, you definitely want to make noise so the judges know that you are rocking with them, okay? Yeah, Z can also. Yeah, the hosts and we can't do that. We have to sit on our hands and be quiet. But until the show ends. Z, do we have the score for our sacrificial poet?
They got a total score of 26.4.
26.4. Let's give it up for the poet. I don't care about the scores except for the game purposes. All right. With that being said, first round in this order to remind y'all: Evolucion, Mike, Shelby. All right. That's right? So, Mike, you are on deck. With that being said, I'm really excited to bring up our first competitor. Please clap it up and welcome Evolucion.
Trigger warning, domestic violence, essay, American politics. I'm scared to be an American in a land I thought was free. And I won't forget the men who lived, who made that clear to me, in a land of blood and guts. Next to you is a white man with liberty, but this is your home. I got distracted by the domestic violence, desperately trying to be number one, even though the 7th is when you make it out alive. But a survivor has no rights to separate families. That power is given to parental deportation and kids locked in cages. I keep fighting the government with my daily existence, too exhausted to stay woke, but I'm beaten by tiredness. I was suggested to isolate from politics, but when your life is threatened by AK-47s and your identity is decided by the electorate, human rights is defended by the communion, did you just try to throw me into solitary confinement to hide your privilege? Like fights in the courtyard, American pride knocked the wind out of me. I can no longer stand here and say, God bless the USA. We have more Bibles and textbooks in a country that separates church and state. A juxtaposition on my American heart. Am I supposed to give you more pride or your version of faith? America is scared of us developing a healthy relationship with God because emotional abuse keeps us in imaginary cells, or tax dollars for petty thefts, anything for Jim Crow to resurrect. I can see Lady Liberty from up here. She's not your typical Southern belle, but she covers all your necessities. Her only condition is to change your name to Jane Doe because she killed Mother Nature and can't afford another victim to bury. Our rotten bodies can no longer serve, even as compost. Our image of nature altered by AI is a big brother or a computer. You can see it from the lakes of Minnesota to the hills of Tennessee. But across the plains of Texas, right at the border, I'm clinging on to a steel pipe, or is it a drink? Uncle Sam is more likely to get away with rape than a DUI, but he's still off on bail as I am sitting in this cell because I stood up next to you and I defend them still today. I must thank my lucky stars, or 19 of them, that allow me to live. Because this flag still stands for freedom. I'm scared to be an American in a land that lacks confession. God, save this USA.
Let's give it up for your poet! Judges. My favorite four homies with scoreboards. I need some scores. When you have it, put them up. I got 1 score. I got 2 score. I got 3. I'm looking for my okay. Reading out scores. Starting off with an 8.9. Then we have a 9.2, a 9.3, and a 9.7. Let's give it up for the poet. Good job, crew. You're doing great. Z, my favorite scorekeeper. Do you happen to have numbers for that
We do
poem?
have numbers. That will give them a total score of 28.2.
28.2. Let's give it up for Evolucion. With that, Shelby, you are on deck. I want you to welcome, make a lot of noise for our second competitor. Let's clap it up for Mike Regan!
Trigger warning for kind of gender dysphoria stuff. My existence is a dangerous web adorning the window frame. Hours, weeks, months of labor to weave the wirework art that serves as an extension of this body. A nest in which I construct my lifelines into intricate patterns, intertwining them just right to tell my story. On its best days, it entangles the chaos that comes its way, nourishing me with annoyances that would normally weigh it down so that I can grow into a body that I can love. It is home. A shining abode with a stitched regality that would make Van Gogh or Monet blush. A feminine and delicate beauty from one angle, and a masculine need to fend and protect from another. On its worst days, it is torn, loose threads swaying in the wind as I attempt to reconstruct the nirvana that I once had. While enduring a storm, a cold, dark feeling freezes the air and prevents me from tying off ends to a solid structure, tempests of heavy breathing and floods of tears as I try to heave the workload of an entire cluster onto my back. There are times when I am left there hanging by a spinneret, lifeless, stuck on reconstructing a small part of a much bigger project. No motivation to rebuild or reflect on the work I've nearly died to complete. If you were to zoom out, you would see the droplets of rain catching the sun at just the right angle. A rainbow stretching across the same sky that reflects my worst days and my best days. You would see the imperfections of before and the redirections sewn to correct the course. Lights dance down threads and a dazzling display of nature waltzing with an almost ethereal presence. This is not the first time that this home has been damaged, and it will not be the last. But in time, the most damaged webs can be patched as we learn from our past.
Give it up for the poet, y'all. That's Mike, y'all. Judges. I need 4 scores. I need 3. Oh, I need 2 more scores. Y'all are so fast. We're on the same wavelength. Is that a 6? Yes, okay. Starting off with an 8.6. Then we have a 9.1. Another 9.1 and a 9.4. Give it up for the poet. Y'all are professionals, y'all are professionals. Speaking of professionals, Z,
That will give Mike a total score of 27.6.
27.6 for Mike. Give it up for the poet. All right, closing out the final round. The final poem in the first round. I please want y'all to welcome and make some noise for Shelby.
Before this gets out of hand.
The Ballad of a Golden Retriever in X parts in 2 rounds, after Matt Rasmussen. I have always wanted a best friend, considered myself half of a bonded pair, the possibility of a platonic soulmate, a twin flame, someone to reach out first and show up often. If I was bred to be as loyal as I am pleasing, raised to be both playful and intelligent, then maybe the love part will come naturally. X. On the ride home to Katie's, I decided that maybe I could learn to be a cat person, deal with the scratches and small bites from mishandling, affection given with good intentions of a little girl looking for something to greet her after school. On the ride home, I named her Princess. She was a small one, got lost for days in the largeness of the first floor of a suburban Cape house, shoved herself into a hole beneath our counter, my hand still small enough to rescue her from her replacement shelter. I never got to ask her why ours wasn't enough. On the ride to the shelter, I sang S Club 7 as the rain poured down in the rear windshield like a music video, romanticizing a second grader and her week-long kitten in the fleeting of time. Maybe she was happy to be brought home to her siblings, that maybe I was never meant to be a cat person or a bonded pair after all, that she would find another family who would love her more than I could have. And I wondered if she knew that it was my mom who was allergic, if she had given me the real chance to tell her. X. I watched my mother get injected with all the things I loved as her body rejected them. It was fact over feeling that I would never have a kitten again, or maybe even a dog, that her back would swell and itch as it ached for consolation, for acceptance. I think we understand each other more than either of us are ready to admit. X. One night, my father told me a bedtime story of a boxer being beaten by a stranger in an alleyway. He called her Gimpy. My father called her Babe. After he beat him and stole his pup, called her his family. As the neighborhood fed her bones as she'd roam pre-leash law other nights. He told me about how she would swat the spiders beside my crib, would protect me always, sleeping right near me, even under the blankets as we shared a side of the couch. The pictures don't do the memory justice, but the light that I see on my father's face when he speaks on her tells me that maybe she was the one who only ever really saw him. Now, our home is decorated with photos of the 3 of us. When I find the one of my mother standing beside her, I see the love in their eyes. I understand why he hides such a beautiful memory away in a drawer. We could never replace her. We could never find a love like that again.
Let's give it up for the poet, Shelby. Judges. My pros, my professionals. I need 4 scores for Shelby. Accuracy, speed and accuracy. I'm gonna read these scores. Y'all are doing great. We're starting off with an 8.9. Then we have a 9.0. Another 9.0 and a 9.1. Let's give it up for the poet. Z. Hi.
Hi. That will give Shelby a total score of 27.1.
27.1 for the poets. All right. Halfway through. I love this. Same order. You want to bring back these lovely folks. Almost like an encore. You know what I'm saying? I like to think like an encore. With that, Shelby, you're going to be closing out the second round. Mike, you're going to be on deck, but bringing our lovely poet back to the stage. Let's welcome Evolution. Clap it up!
This is not a love poem. Because I've never written about love. I've only written about the first girl I made out with in college, how my insecurities, and sure, I mentioned I was drunk. I've only written what I thought was love, how you should be anxious only around a crush. I thought butterflies is when you fantasize about a world that is just too much. I thought when you love, it's supposed to be all about him. But then I started thinking about her and her and her and finally them. I assumed when I didn't feel the endorphins in the back of my head when he called me pretty was because I used his arms as home. He always kept me so unsteady. But when they call me pretty, I just kind of stop and the world starts spinning. I feel every bone in my body, speechless, but the oxygen never left. Contrast to when the panic attacks left me breathless and my emotions were up for action. It feels like my heart is popping out of its chest. I regress because when your bones pop, it means you're stuck. I told you, this is not a love poem. Because I know nothing about love but love. My anxieties are receding and my appetite keeps building. A year of tension and 71 miles taught me patience, and that gender has nothing to do with the connection. You, a witness to my rehabilitation. I thought love was codependence. When I detached from him, I can't breathe. I was the person I was supposed to be. I was the person everyone wanted me to be, and I was so good at it. But he was like an anticipated sneeze, and when it comes to love, it feels like I'm allergic. But when we look above the stars and the world's beauty, when it comes to us, he owns no property, baby. You redefine gravity. They are a perfect blend, a constellation I no longer darken. Suddenly, it doesn't feel like I'm falling. In fact, I'm levitating. Because of all this space, I'm floating. Binary stars, limitless, yet same orbiting. A universe where worry just seems so earthly. Oh wait, I forgot we were talking about love. This looks like nothing of what I grew up. I thought we were supposed to leave all my insecurities and painful memories back to a world that lacks zero gravity. This is not a love poem. I told you, I know nothing about love. I wanted you to help me get lost, but instead, you grounded me in a world that is capable of love.
Let's give it up for the poets. Thank you so much. That's the homies. Second piece, second round, judges. You're my top 5 homies. I got 2 scores. I'm looking for my 3rd score. I'm looking for my 4th score. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. It's a tight one. It's a tight one. Keep it up, keep it up, keep it up, keep it up. Starting off with a 9 even. Then we have a 9.1. Then we have a 9.5 and a 9.6. Let's give it up for the poets. done, great. Z, we got a total score for that.
That will give them a total score of 28.2.
28.2. Let's give it up for the poet. All right, Shelby, you're on deck, but up next for the second and final time. Welcome back to the stage. Clap it up for Mike Regan!
If you need to take an arm, take my left one. It is the arm I would rest my head on while my fingers danced on keyboards that were keyboard to me by endless possibilities and a worldwide web of people across the globe that made me feel normal. If you need legs, you can take mine. I work from home, so I don't use them as frequently, but they've carried me through New England's harshest weathers, and whether they grow tired or not, they still pushed withering bones to a next day. They are strong and weathered, but will help you find your way. If you need a mine, then I guess you're welcome to mine. It's needed some medication to get where it is, and I know it's not easily available for everybody, but mine isn't perfect. It's like a TV that still uses rabbit ears. There was a lot of static in that led to a lot of there was a lot of static, and it led to a chaotic cacophony of buzzing and racing thoughts. But though some attention and care, it's settled to a watchable place that a family can gather around after dinner. I will let you know, it tends to wander, but I guess being lost in thought with a peace of mind is a small price to pay with a peace of mind. But if it comes to find your way home, then it must be fine. If you need another arm, I ask you to look somewhere else, but my right is there if you must. It is the workhorse of my art, the project manager who guides the intricate motions of a pencil or a brush to create a lush world that can only be brought together by what lies in my mind. It's my means of creating. It's by this point the last bastion of physical touch that I have. To leave hugs left unhugged and art left unmade will leave my world a little less bright, but I'm sure that you could use the light. If you need a heart, it's all I've left to give. What is a body of work with no heart? A notepad of thoughts never finished, canvases of art never seen to its full potential, a shell of what once was. All I ask, if you take this, is to love unequivocally. Find a person or passion that'll help you fasten the pieces back together should you feel hurt. To create chaotically, because every artist knows that art is not one at a time. It is a beautiful disaster of unfinished masterpiece in an unmarked folder here, in an overexposed dark horse, waiting for the right eyes to be seen there. Feel unashamed, because no matter how much we give physically, our feelings never leave. You have taken all that you can from me. But I will always give you more, as you will always be a part of me. I love the art in the pain that you give me.
Let's give it up for Mike Regan, y'all. Judges. You're so good to me. I appreciate you. I got 3 scores. Looking for my 4th score.
Hurry!
Speed and accuracy. All right. Wow. I love that. I'm going to read the score. We got a 9.1, followed by another 9.1, a 9.3, and a 9.5. All right. Z, do we have a score for that poem?
We do.
What's the score?
It would have been.
Oh, scandalous.
Sorry.
Okay.
Now on.
Should we do the fuck money at time right now?
So.
Fuck Lydia. It's okay. There's 3 of us. I love life.
There's consequences in your decision. I mean, your choices. All right.
In your decisions and your choices.
Yeah.
Okay?
Uh-huh.
But with a half-point time penalty.
Fuck linear time.
That will give him a total score of 27.4.
27. Oh, give it up for the poem. Give it up for the poet, y'all. Fuck the time. All right. Beautiful, beautiful. Now we're going to bring up our last competitor of the slam. I want y'all to continue with that same energy, welcoming Shelby to the stage.
X. The main perk of being an only child is that if you never do anything to get grounded, usually you have some pull in the family. So I picked the runt of the litter of boxer puppies. The main setback of starting school too early is being the smallest in the class, deemed too immature for a real friend. My teacher calls home, says I'm not like the other kids, writes depressed on my report card. And so the God I question in CCD sends me an angel. Dad puts a halo around her neck when he cuts her ears. So I sit and read to her on the kitchen floor next to the baby gate, wonder if she can really listen to me after all. X. I promise this one ends happy. Stay with me. What I forgot to tell you is about kennel cough. It's a respiratory infection in dogs. Can kill them once they survive the pet store long enough, survive the puppy mill long enough. Stay with me. We fell in love with the Shih Tzu from the south. Came from somewhere warmer and away from frost and nor'easters. The travel went well. Transaction seamless. I said goodbye after our first meeting. In the little room where we both smiled, panting, tongue out, excitement confined in a passing moment. Stay with me. We bought you a bed you'd never sleep in, food you'd never eat. Stay with me. When they called my mom to tell my dad to tell me that you were already dying, I understood the world as cruel, as if you never stood a chance in the system you were raised in. I don't remember what word I used for empathy. I just knew that this time it wasn't all about me, or a small dog being a small part of my childhood. It was the overturning of the phone from ear to receiver. The news I was already expecting. Stay with me. The pet store called us later. It wasn't kennel cough, just a regular one. But we had all already moved on. X. Dad replaced the shingles every week. Started calling Angel the spawn of Satan. Compared her to a saint. This boxer was born flawed. We can all understand separation anxiety when love repeatedly disobeys you. When you command it to stay, it has to have been trained how. We're sorry we failed you, called you names, broke the rules of owning a puppy. A child can't be a master or wants to do anything but love. I have grown to be soft with sharp boundaries. I have regret to hear where you ended up. I chose your new family after the interview, wearing my mother's bathrobe and my father's readers like I could save you from our undoing. From the train roaring down the tracks toward us, the rails sparking like fireworks. X. I imagine you could hear us planning our first Disney trip as a family. Lying on your side beside Dad's chair, you snored and kicked like you were having a nightmare, maybe a premonition. We planned a Disney trip like a perfect heaven where my mother would get on a plane or a train or whatever it takes. I promise that you'll be happy tomorrow, where we will both live our dreams even if we aren't together. If we could understand human words, we might understand humanity, which might be dangerous to a child needing a silver lining, this light on this night before we would say goodbye and both understand it. My father looks at me and I see him cry for the very first time. I don't understand where we will go from here. My mother assures me that it isn't going to be Disney World. X. Nowadays, I go to Disney all the time. Met my husband in a hot tub, was offered my first teaching job in the Grand Floridian lobby to help fuel my addiction to magic and fantasy and flights to visit our family in Wales. He loves me with puppy dog eyes, even though he has had cats his whole life. Has taught me about love, even though we have been separated by distance for so long. I never thought I would be a cat person until I met Hazel and Callie, my adoptive children who don't scratch or bite or forget who I am when I'm gone. Somehow the strongest ways to love emerge from the greatest obstacles. Maybe a FaceTime video call, meowing and purring into the microphone. I see you and you see me. I hear you and you hear me. And sometimes that is beauty, even if we can't always be together. That these days will still be hurtful even when they hurt. I can love you even if you don't belong to me. We will love each other when we can. I know we will find our way to each other always, even if it's for nostalgia, for the moments I'm missing, the ones that will someday become a memory. We do what we can, and that can be enough. X. I'm not sure that I am just a dog person or just a cat person, but I believe I'm a people person. I am a golden retriever, affectionate with family, good with children, with others. I was bred to be affectionate. For consumption, I am eager to please and too trusting. I will be loyal if given the bare minimum of food and shelter. It is in my nature to die beside my owner, regardless of how he treats me, because that is who I am, devoted to service and healing, even if it isn't always mine. A golden retriever will come running from a distance at your command, of a memory of a faded friendship that never was, chasing the hope for the love we all deserve. I was taught, if you truly love something, to let it go and let it find its way back to you, so I keep finding my way back to myself. I still dream of being the other half of a bonded pair. After all, I require companionship to live a happy life, and so I love unconditionally anyways.
Let's give it up for Shelby, y'all. Wow. Judges, this is the last time you're going to score a poem tonight, unless you keep on doing this shit at home. I don't know. I got 3 scores. I'm looking for my 4th score. I'm reading scores out loud. Starting off with an 8.8. Then I have a 9.0, a 9.2, and another 9.2. Clap it up for the poem. Oh.
Please.
Okay, I'm gonna do a quick
I'm
poem.
so sorry. We can do an improv, Ricky. Improv. So sweet improv.
I got a poem already in my pocket.
Oh.
Unless you're really excited.
Fuck yeah, do it.
Yeah. Next time, I'm trying to do. I don't know how much math you're really doing, Z, but I will go with it. Okay. All right.
Twinkle, twinkle.
Okay. Old shit.
Oh shit.
Thanks. All right. Poem about hands. I did this like 20 times. I told my homies I really wanted to hold your hand for like a long time or something like that, you know. The first time was in an hour car ride back to my city. The second time was the way back. I remember that I wanted to take you to 2 birthdays in one night. Damn, this is so shit. I remember it. Okay. Like twins celebrating birth, or like Geminis within us wanting to celebrate the living. We arrived at an empty house in Roxbury, a quiet front porch, dark with sleepy people, so we left. We did that, I think so. The third time I wanted to hold your hand was when we were at the beach. I know. We both sat in the lifeguard chairs and watched the Boston cityscape drown in the dark. There was this metal armrest holding back the conversation, holding us more like cage and less like caress. But I wanted to hold your hand, like how this ocean held the shoreline smooth. I couldn't keep coop in this iron tower, so I asked if we can walk the beach. You know, something like cliche like that. Felt ties in my stomach. And I didn't know when to throw my life jacket arms, you know, so I thought of some fly shit. It wasn't that fly. Like I was gonna say, hey, I have some sand in my hands. Can you help me wipe it off? And damn, I thought that was clever. You reached over with the wrong hand and I played it off like sandcastle construction. Next time I wanted to hold your hand was in the car ride back home again. Passenger side empty, dark like the moon's blanket or that front porch something. I played T-Pain all the way home. Next time I wanted to hold your hand was when we rock climbed in graveyards. You know, the ones like the people like to jump off in those quarries, like heart guillotines. And I wonder if I'll do the same. these burial stones marked with colorful tags and quotes and love. Literally, there was love in big red letters in front of us. We skipped stones and caught toads with eyes. Look over this pond. Maybe this is the moment, the scenery is like kind of nice, but it won't do us justice. I wanted to hold your hand, like steering wheel tight in snowstorms, like the water pulls you to a coastal dance floor. Like I wanted to erect a monument for the first day. I wanted to hold your hands. And there's some silly shit, Like if our hands interlock, it will open rooms of grown ass caterpillars, and they will fly and do some cute shit like that. Like I don't know, go to the movies and eat dinner, and they all are holding hands the entire time. Yeah, that's my poem.
Can we last score?
Oh shit, you're right.
Just do it. Just do it.
One last score on that poem.
It
would have been.
The fact that everyone is silent means you're not surprised. A 27.4.
Okay.
But
Fuck linear time.
just to know, I've been doing slam for 9 years.
Oh no.
This is the highest time penalty I've ever seen. With a 7.5 time. No way. Shelby. Do it. 19.
Let's give it up for the poet, not the score. Wow. That makes so much sense because I did go to the bathroom and I came back and you're still doing it. All right, can I have all of the three competitors on stage, please? Can I have all three competitors on stage? All the slammers, I want to bring all the slammers back on stage, please, so I can give you. Let's clap for our lovely poets, lovely poet. All right. Thank you all so much for being here at Dragonfly Cafe. If you like what we do at the Low Poetry Wheel and Untitled, thank you so much for being here. Continue to show up. We can't do this without y'all. As Z has mentioned, maybe through their poetry, it's a lot of work to make this shit happen. So we're totally grateful from the organizing team that y'all are showing up. Another way you can help us out is connect with us. There's ways to volunteer, but also just continue to let people know that you rock with this event. Invite your friends, let them know about the first and third Wednesday. With that being said, I'm going to read scores because we need to give out prizes, all right? So with a phenomenal score of a 47 points, third place with a lovely gift card, give it up for Shelby! All right. Now we have another gift card on the line for second place, also here for the venue, leaving our $50 cash prize for our winner. It's pretty tight if you ask me. Well, for the even score of a 55, second place, let's give it up for Mike! With that being said, our first place winner and a $50 cash, let's give it up for Evolucion from a 56.4! Let me take a picture of y'all. Y'all cute. Okay. Awesome, y'all. Thank y'all so much. Come through. Halloween poetry party 2 weeks from now. If you have trash, if you have dirty dishes, please put them away. We're cleaning up. We're closing out. Lowpoetry.com. Low Poetry Wheel. Shout out to the team. Thank y'all.